Here's a ground ball up the left side. Pass, rolling. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back to Enderlin, North Dakota here at Hendrickson Field as we get you ready for game number 4 of the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. This is our Ivy Insurance pregame show. I'm Chase Miller alongside Reggie Funk, and alongside with him is Joey Hughes, part of our three-man weave here on this Friday morning into the afternoon and now into the early evening here on yourliveevent.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's recap what happened earlier today in the first half of games. Back at 10 o'clock in the morning, we started with Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Litcherwood, Rossel. The Ball Stars defeated the Enderlin Eagles 13-3. Channing Acre with a grand slam and 7 runs driven in for the Ball Stars in their first win, their opener of the season. Then in game number 2 in 5 innings, Central Cass hit 3 home runs in the fourth. Braden Mitchell with a solo homer. Noah Macau hit a 3-run shot. And also for Central Cass, a solo home run from Jackson Parker. And picking up the complete game 5-inning win was Braden Mitchell as well for the Central Cass Squirrels, 11-1. In 5 innings. And then the Oaks Tornadoes with a Xavier Vossler walk-off RBI single in the game preceding this defeats Fargo Oak Grove 5-4. So Northern Cass, Central Cass will be coming up in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. We'll give it or take as they're just finishing up some outfield work here for Northern Cass. The umpires are out on their way, so more than likely in the next 5 to 10 minutes we'll get to our starting lineups in the first pitch. And then you got the Ball Stars with Kindred Richland following this game, and the nightcap will feature the Grovers of Fargo Oak Grove going up against the Northern Cass Jaguars. So that's a look at the rest of the games today. Tomorrow, game number 1 will feature 9 a.m. in the morning, Northern Cass, Kindred Richland here on yourliveevent.com, pending what Mother Nature has in store coming up tomorrow. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. That again is irieins.com. Head coach for the Northern Cass Jaguars is Sam Johnson. Head coach for the Central Cass Squirrels, that is Dustin Maggio. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, starting lineups and the very first pitch from Hendrickson Field. It's Northern Cass, Central Cass on yourliveevent.com.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year.
Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. As we continue here on our Irie Insurance pregame show from Hendrickson Field, let's get ready for the starting lineups. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, that is Northern Cass, the Jaguars out in their all-black uniforms here today. The Central Cass, the Squirrels, they are the home team out in their red tops and white bottoms here on yourliveevent.com. It's been kind of a mixed bag of overcast skies, sunny kind of comes and goes. Right now, 51 degrees here in Enderlin. Northern Cast, they're going to go like this. Carter Westland, the junior left fielder. Chris Hoyland, the shortstop, the freshman. Keegan Neva, the senior pitcher, is batting third. Trey Huszar, the sophomore first baseman, batting fourth, with Carter Wadeson, the sophomore catcher, fifth. Jackson Hill will be playing in right for the senior right fielder, batting sixth. Sam Clement, the third baseman, batting seventh, the sophomore. Matthew Metzger, the sophomore center fielder, batting eighth. And Jacob Osee, the sophomore second baseman, he is batting ninth here in this one. So again, it's going to be Carter Westland, Chris Hoyland, Keegan Neva, Trey Huszar, Wadeson Hill, Clement Metzger, and Osee. They're going up against Carter Maggio here for the Central Cast Squirrels. So the Squirrels starting lineup, they'll go like this. Carter Verkota, the junior center fielder, batting leadoff. Sam Covervig, the senior second baseman, batting second. Brandon Mitchell, the junior catcher, batting third, followed by the cleanup batter, Carter Maggio, the junior pitcher, batting fourth. Cooper Johnson in left for the senior fifth. Noah McCow, the sophomore first baseman, batting sixth. Logan Broughton, the junior designated hitter, batting seventh. Mason Bussey, the senior right fielder, batting eighth, followed by Jackson Parker, the senior, make that the junior shortstop, ninth, and playing at third base will be Owen Cates here for the Central Cast Squirrels. They'll be going up against Keegan Neva here today on the mound. We'll take one break. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back after this. It's the opening pitch between the Squirrels and the Jags on your live event.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444.
Top of the first inning, Central Cast, Northern Cast, the Jags, the visitors here on the scoreboard. Central Cast already with the game in earlier today with an 11-1 win. This is their final game here on this Friday, April the 28th, while Northern Cast still with a game to play with Fargo Oak Grove after the conclusion of this one. Then tomorrow, both teams are back on the diamond here in Enderlin. Northern Cast will get things off right away at 9 and 11 o'clock in the morning with games against Kindred Richland and the co-op of the Ball Stars, while for the Central Cast Squirrels, they're slated to play the nightcap tomorrow at 5 and 7 against the Ball Stars and Oaks. We'll have the games tomorrow for you here from the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree on your live event. Central Cast 3-0 on the season. Northern Cast currently sits at 1-1. We're just a couple of weeks away from Enderlin hosting the Region 1 baseball tournament. The play-in match will be the 6 versus 7 seed at the 6 seed on the 16th. The 18th will be the opening round here, and then the next round on May the 20th. First pitch underway, first pitch swinging. That'll be at 4:47 as we get you set for this contest to Carter Westland. 0-1 offering on the way for the junior left fielder. He smashes one on a line drive, a soft hit to Covervig, and Covervig gets the out here in this one. So little line drive on the way. And now it'll be Chris Hoyland followed by Keegan Neva. For Central Cast, here's the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed with Chris Hoyland, now 0-1. Cooper Johnson again in left with Verkota in center, and Mason Bussey is in right. This one will be in the dirt, missing low, now 1-1. Cats at third base with Parker at short, Covervig at second, McCow at first, and Mitchell, who picked up the win just a few hours ago for Central Caspi on the plate. 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, now 1-2. And then Keegan Neva is due up next, and Neva hit a moonshot past the tracks here in Enderlin last season. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one is hit on the ground. Going to be a difficult play. Macau comes and flips it over the way. And nice job by Carter Maggio fielding his position, and a better job by Macau there, playing a little bit of the hop here in Enderlin. So that'll be 3-1 on the putout, and 2 down now here in the top of the first inning on our Bank North scoreboard. If you missed any of our games from earlier today, you can do so by searching Your Live Event on our YouTube page, or go to yourliveevent.com for games on demand. First pitch in there for a strike to Keegan Neva, the senior pitcher here who's got a bright future in front of him on the ball diamond. This one will be a one-hopper in the dirt, now 1-1. Maggio so far has very few pitches to both Westland, Hoyland, and trying to do the same here to Neva. And the pitch. This one will be missing in the dirt, now 2-1. Trey Huzar is due up next if Neva can climb aboard. Northern Cass against the Kindred Richland Vikings with their pitcher on the mound again. In Mitchell was able to do a really good job. 3 up, 3 down in the first. Only went through 4 in the second and third in terms of batters. And Maggio would like to do the same thing here. This one will miss on the outer part of the plate. And 3-1. These two teams have developed a nice history over the years here in Region 1 for high school baseball. 3-1 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike, now 3-2. For the Northern Cass Squirrels, state tournament appearances in 2005 and their latest in 2016. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. This one is going to be hitting the air foul up the first base line. Hendrickson Field, if you're going to hit the home run shot here, straightaway center to left and right is where you're going to try to go. If you go down the left field line, you're going to earn it. Down the right field line, it can kind of work, and then it really jets out to right. 3-2 pitch. This one is going to be hit on the ground. A 2-hopper to Parker across the diamond in time. 3 up, 3 down, 6-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning on our Bank North scoreboard. It's the Squirrels coming to bat.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings! It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on Your Live Event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Bottom of the first inning here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Verkota, Covervig, and Mitchell here for Central Cass in the bottom of the first inning, going up against Keegan Neva here on the mound for Northern Cass. The Jags defeated Enderlin in their opener back on April the 18th, 9-1. Then a one-run loss at the hands of Kindred Richland earlier this week in Hunter, 8-7. They were trailing 8-1 going into the 7th inning and came back and almost tied the game up, did Northern Cass, but they fell short. So 1-1 on the season, 1-1 in Region 1 play for head coach Sam Johnson and the Northern Cass Jaguars. Go to yourliveevent.com for some more games at Northern Cass softball we have scheduled for Monday in Hillsboro against Hillsboro Central Valley. You can check out that again on yourliveevent.com. And it's the spring. You kind of go week to week, go day to day a little bit. The nice thing is, at least in the winter, if Mother Nature becomes a problem, it gets just, canceled right away. Most games, unless it's a non-region game, more than likely just gets removed from the schedule, especially if it's later on in the year. But in the spring, you only have so much time. We're 3 weeks away from postseason play getting underway, so you're trying to wheel and deal and get as many games in as you possibly can. Verkota takes outside for a ball. 1-0 pitch on the way here for Neva. That'll be to the backstop now, 2-0. Waitson is behind the plate. From there, Clement is at third, Hoyland at short, OC at second, and Hussar at first. 2-0 offering. That'll be in there at the knee for a strike. Westland in left, Metzger in center, and Hill in right. Verkota against Kindred Richland went 1 of 4 from the plate. This one will be in there for a strike now, 2-2. So Keegan Neva, this is a guy who can find a way to climb the radar gun here throughout the season for Northern Cass. 2-2 pitch. This is foul back, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This season, all roads to just over a month from now in June, the 1st through the 3rd, lead to Minot for the State B baseball and softball tournament. 2-2. This one fouled straight back. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. So far, really good working here for Keegan Neva and Carter Verkota for a leadoff batter. And the 2-2. This one is going to be hit up the first base line, potentially in play. And that one's going to drop down for a base knock. Verkota rounds first on his way to second. Relay not in time from Hill. And that's going to be a double here for Carter Verkota. So a leadoff double here on our Bank North scoreboard. As now it'll be Sam Convervig coming up to the plate. Convervig against Kindred Richland earlier today with 2 runs scored. He went 1 for 4 from the plate with a strikeout, and Verkota got jammed, but doing a good job keeping it up and into the field of play there here for the Central Cass Squirrels was Verkota. So right now is Wadeson. Takes his position behind the plate here. Neva now will have to work with a runner in scoring position. First pitch on the way from Neva to Convervig. This one is hit in the air. That's going to be to right field. Hill has to go to the back, and he makes the out. Tagging going from second to third on his way is Verkota. 1 pitch, and Convervig hit that one on the screws, but Verkota will take it to third base now. Northern Cass will take the out, so 1 out now on our Bank North scoreboard, and coming up to the plate will be Braden Mitchell. Mitchell, 3 for 3 against the Vikings with a run scored and a run driven in earlier today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Neva with the pitch. That'll be fastball at the knee for a strike. So a line drive out to Hill in right field, followed by a strike here now for Northern Cass, and Neva works ahead quickly with Verkota at third base. Breaking ball. This one will go to the shortstop. Hoyland looks the runner at home, comes across, and that's going to be out. Trying to see if he can maybe get Verkota, but unable to do so. And as he kind of went across, kind of had to regain his balance a little bit. A run does score, as coming in to score now for Central Cass, it will be Carter Verkota. So Mitchell will be retired 6-3 on the put-up, but he does get the run driven in. So Mitchell, just like he did against the Vikings, able to provide some offensive firepower. This one popped up on 1 pitch to Carter Maggio, and that'll retire the side to the first baseman. There was 1 run off of 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 1 complete on our Bank North scoreboard at Central Cass 1, Northern Cass scoreless here on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime value such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Top of the second inning for the Central Cass Squirrels and the Northern Cass Jaguars here on our Bank North scoreboard. They offer the perfect sync for your busy life with their online banking and mobile app. Wherever you go, take Bank North along and handle your banking requests anytime for all of your accounts. It's values-based banking without ever slowing down. Member FDIC and proud supporter of their communities. For more information, go online to ibanknorth.com. That again is ibanknorth.com. Westland, Hoyland, and Neva 3 up, 3 down for Maggio in the first. He'll go through the 4, 5, and 6 batters of Huszar, Waitson, and Hill now to start the top of the second inning for Northern Cass. Trey Huszar, the sophomore first baseman, batting from the left-hand side. This one will miss up in the zone, and it'll be 1-0. Both Central Cass and Northern Cass coming up next season as part of that 3-class system for basketball will be in the middle division or Class A. As some of these teams will stay in B, some will move up to A, but no one going all the way to AA. Here's the 2-0 offering. Swung on and missed. Good cut by Huszar. Now it's 2-1. As right now, Maggio and Mitchell. Nice 1-2 combination for head coach Dustin Maggio here this season. 2-1 offering. This one is popped up and playable for the third baseman. As Cates is able to go from the lip of the grass to the outfield here for the out. And that'll be the 4th out recorded here for Maggio. So a line drive, 2 ground outs, and a pop out. And now Carter Wainson, the sophomore catcher, will step into the plate here in Enderlin. This one going to miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Jackson Hill due up next. Carter Wainson, the sophomore catcher. Back-to-back players here in the lineup that are sophomores, and part of 5 of them here for head coach Sam Johnson. Now it's 2-0, and the pitch. That'll miss. Now it'll be 3-0 on the account upcoming. So 3 balls, no strikes. Carter Maggio without a hit, walk, or strikeout so far through 4 batters against Northern Cass. And the offering 3-0. In there for a strike now, 3-1. Northern Cass, after this Jamboree, gets done at Kindred Richland on May the 2nd, then home to Oak Grove on the 4th. 3-1 pitch in there for a strike now, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here for Maggio coming back after a 3-0 count, and the pitch. This one will miss up in 6 pitches. Maggio gives up a walk to Wainson, and now it's Jackson Hill coming to the plate. Hill is a senior right fielder, and we'll see what we're going to have here for head coach Sam Johnson on terms of if they do anything on the base pass here, as they will get a courtesy runner. Coming on will be Parker Anderson. So Anderson will come on, and courtesy run for Waitson, the catcher. With 1 out here, Northern Cass has their first base runner of the late afternoon, early evening against Maggio. And the pitch. Good cut on the way here for Jackson Hill. The senior right fielder now will be behind the count 0-1. Most of the day today in Enderlin been a mix of clouds and a little bit of sun that has made its way through, but in the afternoon to the early evening hours been more of an overcast kind of a day here in Enderlin. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Maggio. This one is hit in the air, and that's not going to be caught to left field. Johnson able to cut that one off. It is a first hit of the game here for Northern Cass, and they're in business with runners at first and second. So Anderson will go to second, as Hill will take first on the opening hit of the contest for Northern Cass. And Sam Clement, the sophomore third baseman, batting number 7 here in the lineup, will step up. McCall playing in front of the runner at first, up the middle looking for that double play, and Kate's playing even with the bag at third. This one in there for a strike now, 0-1. So Northern Cass will look to answer now with runners at first and second and one out here against Majo in the top of the second inning. Majo looks back the runner at second and Anderson. The pitch going to be almost in the dirt. Mitchell makes the glove play. Now it's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson again in left with Verkota in center and Mason Bussey in right. For Northern Cass, Clement 1 ball, 1 strike against Majo here in the second. That'll miss for a ball. Now 2-1 with Matthew Metzger due up next here for Northern Cass. Game after this here on your live event will be Kindred Richland and the Ball Stars. And then the nightcap, Northern Cass and Fargo Oak Grove later tonight. 2-1 pitch. This one is fouled back to Highway 46 and it'll be 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way here. We had a full count with Carter Waitson earlier with a walk, and then there was a full count to Keegan Neva. So that's kind of working the count a little bit here for Clement against Carter Majo early in this contest. High school baseball, 7 innings. And the pitch, this one is going to be hit on the ground. That's going to be into right field. Bussey will come on. Sam Johnson holds the runner, Anderson at third. As Bussey gets it back in quickly, rounding third was Anderson, and he had to put the brakes on. And he kind of went 1-2 about 5 feet around, and bases are full. So Anderson at third, Hill at second, Clement gets on. Back-to-back singles here for the Jags, and Northern Cass has loaded them up in the top of the second inning. Wasn't sure if Anderson was going to run out of his shoes at third base there, kind of coming around the horn. So Metzger comes up, first pitch in there for a strike, now 0-1. This is the 5th batter to face Majo in this inning. The corner infielders playing in, the middle infielders looking for that double play if it happens, but this is going to be hit down the right field line, and this one is going to be a fair ball. Anderson comes in to score. Hill's going to be on his high horse as well. Clement's going to stand up there. It's a 2 RBI double for the number 8 batter, Matthew Metzger, and for the first time today, Northern Cass takes a 2-1 lead on our Bank North scoreboard. So really good-looking inside-out swing by Metzger. And Metzger right now leads it 2-1 on the way here for Northern Cass. And that's a 2 RBI double here in the top of the second. And the Jags look to add on to it now with runners in scoring position. Suicide squeeze, here it comes, and that's going to be a perfectly executed play by the number 9 batter, Jacob Osee, here in the second inning. Running right off the chute there was Clement. He comes in to score. Metzger goes to third, and Osee climbs aboard with a base knock RBI suicide squeeze. That's 4 straight hits now for Northern Cass as they take a 3-1 lead. And that was perfectly executed by the number 9 batter. You could have not done that one any better. Here's the pick play, not going to be there in time, and we go back to the top of the lineup here for Northern Cass. There was a pop-out with Trey Hussar to start. Since then, a walk, single, single, double, single. And the Northern Cass Jaguars are back to the top of the lineup here with Carter Westland. So Westland looks back both the runners at the corners and the pitch with Majo to Westland, and that'll be a ball now 1-0. Batter number 7 in the top of the second inning, but going back to Osee, perfectly executed for a sophomore to hit that one about 10-15 feet, if that, of the 15 feet up the third base line. And by the time Majo tried to come grab the ball, just nowhere to go with the corner infielders barreling in. This one is going to miss. Going from first to second will be Osee. So runners will go into scoring position now. So runner at second base. And for Northern Cass, they'll add to this right now with a 2-0 count to Westland. The Jags able to answer immediately after Central Cass got a run in the first. And the pitch. That'll miss. Now it's going to be 3-0. So RBI coming off the way here for Mitchell after a leadoff double for Verkota. The bottom of the first, and all that Northern Cass has done is put runners on here in the second. That one going to be in there for a strike. Westland thought it might have been ball 4. Chris Hoyland is due up next. But the Jags right now able to take advantage with their 5-6 batters, get things going with a walk, a single, and then that 2 RBI double with Metzger. This one will be a 5-pitch walk on the way, and bases are full again of Northern Cass Jaguars.
Now up, shortstop number 13.
So 2 walks in the inning so far. We do have 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, and Dustin Maggio going to come out and talk here for a quick moment on our Bank North scoreboard, and we'll see if he makes a change or if it's just a little bit of a breather on the way here for Carter the junior. As Carter Maggio, again, the junior pitcher, the son of head coach Dustin Johnson right now, 3-1, and bases full of Jaguars with just 1 out here in the top of the second inning on our Bank North scoreboard. And you're just 1 good pitch away from possibly a double play. Minimizing the damage is what Central Cass is all about right now. On the opposite side for Northern Cass, what's the crooked number that you can climb aboard? You already have 3 runs here in the inning off of 4 hits and 3 walks. What can you add on to it right now if you're Northern Cass and get 4, 5, 6 possibly here in the second inning? There's Hoyland, the freshman shortstop, batting second, first pitch swinging, fouls it back now 0-1. Seen a grand slam here today. We've seen a solo home run here today. We've seen a 3-run shot here today. So the home run ball has definitely been in play throughout this Enderlin Jamboree. This one will miss. Coming out of the crouch position, there's Mitchell, now 1-1. Westland again at first. At second is Osi, and Metzger at third. 1-1 pitch on the way for Maggio. This one will be at the knee, now 1-2. Keegan Neva is due up next. As Maggio would love to get his first punch out of the evening here. This one's going to be hit on the ground, right back to Maggio. Goes to home for 1. They relay it to first. That's going to be over Macau. Coming into score is going to be Osi from second. Everybody else is going up 90 feet now. Coming in is going to be Westland after it one-hops the second baseman in Covervig. And Westland will come in to score, and Hoyland will take first base on a fielder's choice. So out at home is Metzger. Osi comes in via the air, and that's a costly error, as that's going to be an error on the catcher. And then you have Westland coming in to score as well after a second quick little error that was on the one-hopper there to the second baseman. So now 5-1 Northern Cass as Keegan Neva takes a ball. It was perfect for Maggio, a chance to get out of the inning. The problem was Mitchell's throw to Macau just climbed the ladder, and unable for Macau to get his glove on that one and minimize the damage. That could have been an inning-ending double play. Instead, 2 runs come in. Central Cass does get an out, but some more damage is being done now from the Jaguars' point of view. This one will miss for a ball. And if Neva gets aboard, it will be batter number 10 coming up here in the second inning with Trey Hussar. As Maggio looks back the runner at second, and the pitch. This one will miss for a ball. It's a 4-pitch walk. That's going to be the 3rd walk of the inning. And for Central Cass, they will see Trey Hussar come back to the plate for the second time in this inning against them. At second base again will be Hoyland. At first is Neva. And there's still 2 outs here in the top of the second inning on our Bank North scoreboard. The Jaguars have done all their damage after going 3 up and 3 down in the first. And for Maggio, they'll look into Mitchell here with runners at first and second to Hussar. That'll be a ball, now 1-0. For Central Cass, when they're due up, Cooper Johnson, Noah Macau, and Logan Broughton, the 5, 6, 7 batters, to go up against Neva here on the mound. And giving Keegan Neva 4 runs is a lot for a really good pitcher, no matter who they played against. with Neva's ability on the mound. So it'll be 2-0 coming here to Trey. And right now, Maggio, after a 4-pitch walk to Neva, has 6 consecutive pitches outside the zone. Now make it 7. And if you're Dustin Maggio, you don't want to have to go into a situation of bringing someone in relief on really quickly. But if there's another base knock that comes on here, you might have to think about it. 3-0 pitch on the way for Maggio. That'll miss for a ball, and that's the 3rd consecutive walk. 3 of the last 4 batters have reached base via the free pass, and the Jags have loaded them up again here in the 2nd inning. As Carter Waitson is due up next, and Coach Maggio is going to come out here, and it looks like we'll make a pitching change. So in the top of the 2nd inning, bases are loaded with 2 outs. Carter Maggio is going to be done here on the mound. We'll break with you and let you know what are the little roster changes when we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let IRE Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to ireinsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As we come back here in the top of the 2nd inning, Carter Maggio goes an inning and 2/3, 4 hits against 5 runs. He's on the hook for everybody on the base pass right now. 4 walks and 0 strikeouts, as he will go to 3rd base, and the 3rd baseman will come on and now be on the mound in Owen Cates here for the junior. So for Central Cass, there's definitely work to do against a really good pitcher in Keegan Neva, opposite of you, but can he limit it just to 5 runs right now in the 2nd inning is going to be the question. So at 3rd base again for Northern Cass, on the base pass is Hoyland. Neva is going to be at 2nd. Trey Huzar is at 1st, and Carter Waitson will come on for the 2nd time here in the inning and be batter number 11 against this Central Cass pitching staff. Still to come later, it's the Ball Stars and Kindred Richland. Here's the pitch. This one will be in the dirt. Good block by Mitchell. Now 1-0, and that's 11 consecutive, make that 9 consecutive thrown out of the zone here by Central Cass pitchers after Neva walked, Huzar with a 4-pitch walk, and now with Waitson. This one in there for a strike at 1-1. Carter Waitson with a walk, and then Anderson came on for a courtesy runner to score earlier in the inning. 1-1 pitch on the way for Cates. This one will be swung on, and there'll be 1-2 with Jackson Hill due up next. So Cates looking for one more strike here to get out of the jam and minimize the damage to 5. And he gets him for the strikeout. First strikeout of the afternoon for a Jaguar batter. But the damage is done as they're able to get 4 hits. They score 5. No, there was 2 errors and bases loaded. Inning and a half complete on our Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass leads it by 4.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year. County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
So what's the answer for Central Cass after 5 runs come across the board for Northern Cass, and they go up against Keegan Neva here on the mound for the Jakes. Cooper Johnson, Noah McCow, and Logan Broughton are due up here in the bottom of the second inning. Take a look at Cooper Johnson against Kindred Richland at the plate. Had a single with a run scored in the fourth, a ribby to boot as well. He went 1 for 4 from the plate for Central Cass in their last game against Kindred Richland here in the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. A game that started at 4:47 as we're nearing the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour. And the Squirrels would like to have just as long of a half inning at the plate as what Northern Cass did. Well, Neva looking to make quick work of the middle part of the order here and get the bats right back to the plate for Northern Cass. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. This will be a ball as well, now 2-0. Central Cass with their lone run via Carter Verkota. In the bottom of the first inning after a leadoff double. Line drive by Karovic to right to Hill, which was a really nice play in right. And Mitchell able to get a ground ball, but a run driven in, and then a pop out by Maggio. 3-0 upcoming here to Cooper Johnson. As Neva takes the mound with the 3-0 offering. This one will be in there for a strike at 3-1. 3 games so far today. Still 2 more left to be had, then 6 tomorrow here in the Jamboree. This one is smashed to right and right in front of Hill. Leadoff single here for Cooper Johnson. Back-to-back innings for Central Cass that they get their leadoff man aboard here. And now coming to the plate is Noah McCow.
Number 23, Noah McCow.
McCow with the 3-run homer in the 4th inning against the Vikings. Went 3 for 3 with a run scored and 5 runs driven in. He would love to hit a 2-run homer and get Northern Cass' deficit cut in half to 5-3. But more importantly, find a way to climb aboard against Neva. 0-1 now to the sophomore first baseman. Neva with Waitson behind the plate for the battering ram. Runner at first is Johnson. Takes his lead. Will stay put. This one is going to be hit. A one-hopper to the second baseman. Osi goes to Hoyland across the way. And they're going to say he was off the bag here to try to turn 2 with Trey Huzar. And then we'll have the home plate umpire come on and say that it is actually going to be an out. So they'll say the first that he missed it, but then came back on to hit it. So that is going to be a double play, a 4-6-3, a double play, and there's 2 down now here with nobody on in the second inning. So Dustin Maggio going to come on and double check to see if that was anything there potentially. And now the umpire crew is going to come on to see if there maybe were at least interference at all, potentially, to allow to have a runner on instead of 2 outs. Macau hit a one-hopper to Osi, and they're going to say, nope, it is an out. So Osi to Hoyland to Huzar, 4-6-3 on the putout. They barreled them up, though, for against Neva. Johnson hit a laced shot to right field, and then it was a one-hopper by Macau, but right to Osi. That doesn't go right to a fielder. That's easily a single, if not possibly a double if it's down the line. Instead, 2 down now here in the bottom of the second inning with Logan Broughton, the junior designated hitter, stepping up to the plate. He'll take a strike. 0-1. After Broughton, it will be Bussey here in the bottom of the second inning if Logan can find a way to get on the base pass. This one will be a ball, now 1-1. Top of the third inning for Northern Cass, Hill, Clement, and Metzger. There's 6, 7, and 8 batters coming up. And the 1-1 offering. That one in there for a strike, now 1-2. As Neva is looking for his first strikeout of the evening. 1-2 pitch will be out of the zone now, 2-2. So far, 2 hits against him, a double and a single. Has yet to walk or strike out a batter and has yet to have a full count through 6 batters. 2-2 pitch, strike 3, looking to retire the side. No runs on a hit, there were no errors and nobody left on base. 2 complete on our Bank North scoreboard from Enderlin. It's 5-1 Jags with Northern Cass coming to the plate.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
So Northern Cass gets the double play and then the strikeout there by Neva as Cates will come on. And a 3rd inning of work so far with a strikeout, and he struck out Carter Waitson to retire the side in the 2nd. Coming to the plate will be Hill, Clement, and Metzger for Northern Cass. The Jags, no runs in the 1st with no hits. Then in the 2nd, 5 runs, 4 hits, took advantage of 2 squirrel errors and sent 10 batters to the plate. Here's the pitch. This one will be fouled back, and that'll be a 0-1 on the way here to Hill. Hill with a single and a run scored. Back in the 2nd inning as Cates will come on. This one will be swung on and missed. Now 0-2. And then you had Clement with a single, and the big 2 RBI knock was by Metzger. And the pitch. This one is popped up, and it's going to be foul again. And we'll have it at 0-2. Games coming up next week on yourliveevent.com. Again, go to our website to check out upcoming games throughout the weekend and the week. Monday, Northern Cass HCV in softball. And the pitch. Strike 3 looking, and back-to-back strikeouts for Cates here as we get an out here now to start this off.
Number 17, Sam Clement.
In the 3rd inning. So Sam Clement with a single with a run scored. This one is going to be first pitch swinging right to the first baseman, Macau. Macau goes to Cates as he steps on the bag. He loses his hat along the way. It'll be 3-1 on the putout and 2 down here now in the top of the 3rd inning. So coming on, it will be Metzger now with the double back in the last half inning. Cates, all he's done in relief, 2 strikeouts and 1 pitch and a ground out with Clement. This will be breaking ball in there for a strike, now 0-1. Also to come next week, we'll have Central Cass Thompson in baseball on Saturday, May the 6th. Region 1 meets Region 2. This one foul back at 0-2. Northern Cass, they'll play Hillsborough Central Valley. As we mentioned earlier in softball, that'll be at 4:30 back in Hillsborough after they played earlier this week. And the pitch. Breaking ball will miss for a ball. Now 1-2. OC Dew up next and back to the top of the lineup here for the Jags for the 3rd time through. 1-2 offering. This one swung on and missed on the fastball. That'll be a strikeout. Strikeout number 3. And Cates has gone an inning in the 3rd with 3 of his 4 outs being via the punch-out. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. The Squirrels coming to the plate.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444. The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Bottom of the third inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's Region 1 baseball, the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree, a de facto just Region 1 tournament almost, if you will. It's just regular season games, but this is where the Region 1 tournament will be in 3 weeks from now. So getting very familiarized with this setting. Mason Bussey, Jackson Parker, and Carter Vakota. Last year, the Region 1 baseball tournament started here in Enderlin as Enderlin hosted the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rosso, Lidgerwood. And then it went to Kindred for a day, and then they got precipitation and moisture in Kindred. Then it went to Enderlin, and then from there went to Central Cass for the championship series. This one is hit in the air. Going to be playable. And Huzar calls everybody off. That'll be a pop-out, one down here in the third inning, as Jackson Parker will step up to the plate now here for Central Cass. But last year, again, with the moisture, the precipitation, not so much the snow, just kind of being cold and tough to get on a ball diamond fields because of how wet it was at particular spots and the offering. This one in there for a strikeoff speed, now 0-1 to Parker. The junior shortstop here in this one started as a catcher in the last game, was hit by a pitch, scored, and then had a single in that contest. Parker with a solo home run, and then able to have 2 runs scored, went 2 of 3 from the plate, did Jackson. So 1-1 on the way here with Neva. This one foul back now, 1-2. Back to the top of the lineup to Carter Vakota after this, after the at-bat with Parker, and Neva working ahead in the count. And the pitch. This one will miss above the letters at 2-2. The difference right now, the second inning, Northern Cass with 5 runs in the second. Central Cass with their only run took an early lead in the first. 2-2 pitch is going to be a grounder to the third baseman, Clement. This will go right under his mitt, and reaching first base is going to be Parker on the E5. So Central Cass will look to take advantage of a Jaguar error in which Northern Cass took advantage of 2 Central Cass errors in that second inning. And now for Coda with a double his last time up in the first. Pulling the runner on is Huzar again at first base. Clement playing even with the bag at third. Quick pick, diving back safely again is going to be Parker. Mercota, the junior center fielder here for the Central Cass Squirrels, part of that state championship team for boys basketball here this winter for head coach Matt Norman. Neva looks back the runner, stays put. This one will be in the dirt for a ball, now 1-0. Westland in left field, Metzger in center, and Hill in right for Northern Cass. This will be quickly. Northern Cass across the front in cursive is written, with the numbers in white outlined in gold here for the Jags, with the Jaguar logo on the back. And the pitch. This one's going to be hit in the air to left field. Westland comes on, and that one's going to be off his glove. Rounding second, on his way to third is going to be Parker. Westland quickly with the relay to Hoyland. Everybody moves up, not 90 feet, but 180 feet. And then he just had an air by Clement. That was a rope to Westland. It just went right by his mitt, kind of almost snow-coned it, and went right through. So back-to-back errors has allowed Central Cass to have runners in scoring position.
Second baseman, number 5, Sam Covervig.
As Covervig hit one on the screws to right his last time up. Will like to do the same thing, but get one in play. And the pitch. This one will miss outside for a ball at 1-0. Center fielder Metzger playing about 5 feet away from the snowpack. You have Westland in left, and then in right field is going to be Hill. And the pitch. This will miss for a ball, now 2-0. Northern Castle will gladly give up an out for a run, but if it's hit to a corner in Clement or Huszar, they're playing even with the Bags right now. Here's a 2-0 offering to Kavervig. This one is hit high in the air, deep to right field. Hill gets on his high horse with the glove and the catch. Runner looks to take from third, and Parker, here comes the throw, and he is out. As Hill, with a rope, able to cannon Parker out at home, and for the second straight inning, the Jaguars have turned a double play. That'll be 9-2 on the putout on the DP, and that might well be our RDK Enterprises play of the game on that one. There were no runs, no hits, a pair of errors with one runner left on base. 3 complete here in Enderlin. It's the Jags up by 4.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground, it's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Niall with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Top of the 4th inning as we go on our Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass 4, Central Cass 1. OC, Westland, and Hoyland due up here for the Northern Cass Jaguars. But the story right now is back-to-back innings with a double play. And for Central Cass, it was a chance to take advantage of some Jaguar errors there in the third, but unable to do so. Back in the second inning, Cooper Johnson got aboard with a single. Noah McCow had a one-hopper to OC, who gloved it, threw it to Hoyland to Huszar. They thought that maybe Huszar might have been off the bag, but he wasn't. So 4-6-3 on the double play. And then Parker gets aboard with a Clement error at third, and then Verkota hit a bullet to Westland in left. And then all of a sudden, Convervik comes up, hits a fly ball to right field, and that one was probably about 200 feet right on a frozen rope to home from Hill and right to Wadeson behind the plate. Wadeson kind of had the ball and kind of was looking for where Parker was before he applied the tag. So 2 double plays, and Northern Cass is flashing the leather right now here in Enderlin, but still a lot of baseball yet to be played, as Kate's right now an inning and a third with 3 strikeouts, and there's only been 1 ball put in play, and that was a grounder to Macau at first base. So again, 9-1, 2 batters here. This one will be swung on and missed, now 0-1. OC with the suicide squeeze back in the second with a stolen base and came in to score. This one's going to be popped up and playable. The third baseman, Majo, making his way to the concession stand, and that finds the snowbank. There's a snowbank that's been slowly getting a little bit drained, and we've seen Calvin Kraft out there kind of taking a little bit of a shovel towards it throughout the day. Majo gave it a full effort there, just ran out of real estate. And the pitch to OC. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking, and that's going to be strikeout number 4 for Cates in relief. So we go to the top of the 4th inning, and now to the top of the order here with Carter Westland with 1 down in the 4th. Still to come here in Enderlin. Again, it's the Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood, Rossholt Ball Stars against Kindred, Richland. And then Oak Grove and Northern Castle follow that. This one hit on the ground to the shortstop. Parker is there. Goes across, and that'll be to Macau. 6-3 on the putout. 2 down now with Chris Hoyland due up. A grounder in the first and reach base on the fielder's choice in the second. So Cates has done a really nice job coming on with 2 innings of work, 4 strikeouts. He's faced the minimum, and so far of what he's been able to do. Hoyland, this one will be missed for a ball on the breaking ball, now 1, and Keegan Neva is due up next for Northern Cass. Cates with the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike, now 1-1. The Squirrels across the front here for Central Cass on their jerseys in white with red tops, white pants. This one will miss for a ball, now 2-2. Cates looks in, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, now 2-2 upcoming, after it was 2-1. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. And Cates gets another strikeout. That's strikeout number 5 in relief. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Squirrels coming to bat, trailing by 4, with Keegan Neva taking the mound on your liveevent.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime value such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Northern Cass, Central Cass here on your liveevent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota for game number 4 of 6. Earlier today, the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood, Rossholt won over the Enderlin Eagles 13-3. Channing Aker with 7 RBIs, and Jarrett Fredrickson with the complete game win in 7 for the Ball Stars. In 5 innings, Central Cass topped Kinder Richland 11-1 with 3 home runs in the 4th with a Noah Macau 3-run shot in that inning. And then Oaks defeated Oak Grove 5-4. Xavier Vossler with a walk-off single. So that's what we've had happen earlier today. And getting out of the way is Braden Mitchell here, as Mitchell will take a ball. 3, 4, 5 batters for the Squirrels here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing it by 4 against Northern Cass. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one will miss, up for a ball at 2-0. The Jags on the season 1-1. Central Cass stands at 3-0 right now. Here's the 1-1 offering, the 2-0 offering. This one swung on and missed at 2-1. So Mitchell, Maggio, and then Cooper Johnson. So far, the middle of the lineup with a run driven in and a single between those 3 combined. This one's going to be hit high in the air. Hill has to get on his high horse to come in, and that one's going to go by Hussar at first. Hill's able to cover it. Good job by Hussar and Osi, both really hustling after that one, unable to get there as it's about a foot in front of them on the outstretched glove, and that'll be a leadoff single. 3rd hit of the game, and we'll have a courtesy runner as Pearson will come on.
Courtesy runner is Pearson at first base.
As he will come on now for the Central Cass Squirrels.
Number 16, Carter Maggio.
So Kemper Pearson again at first. And the Central Cass has done this well, is get the leadoff runner on more times than not. This is a high fly ball. Metzger went back to the warning track and then saw the ball kind of just flutter in front of him. So a 1 pitch, 1 out here with Maggio, a fly out to center in the bottom of the 4th as Cooper Johnson will step in. Central Cass with a leadoff double in the 1st, a leadoff single in the 2nd. Then had their 2nd runner get aboard with an error on the 3rd, and a leadoff single here with Mitchell with Pearson now the courtesy runner again at first. So they've been able to get runners on against Neva so far in this one. This one is hit up the right field line and foul. For a strike, Johnson with a single back in the second inning. Then Noah Macau due up next. 5-1 your score. Mitchell with an RBI back in the first here for Central Cass. The pitch, that one is going to miss for a ball, now 1-1. Metzger with a 2 RBI double in the second. Mostly with the suicide RBI, make it 3-1. Then they scored on a pair of errors for 2 runs to come in the top of the second inning. And the pitch, this one's going to be hit on the ground. This one to get it by O.C. Rounding first is going to be Pearson. Rounding second, will be Pearson. This one gets under the glove of Hill, and Pearson is going to stand up at third base as this one comes rolling back through. So a single with an error to allow the runners to move up 90 feet. Pearson will be at third. Johnson at second with his second single of the evening. And that's going to be the third error against Northern Cass. So runners at second and third right now, and Noah Macau hit into a double play, 4-6-3 in the second. The Jags turned a double play in the second and the third. Noah Macau liked to send one fly here, and he was going for the 3-run homer on that swing. This will be a strike now, 0-1 to the number 6 batter in the lineup for Coach Maggio and Central Cass. Neva right now finds himself in a jam here in the bottom of the fourth inning, up by 4 for the Jags. This will be taking a quick time and get back on the mound. Right now, Neva looks back into weights and rocks and fires. 0-1 pitch will miss outside for a ball. It'll be 1-1. Squirrels, again, have had their chances, just haven't cashed in yet, thanks to some good defensive work by Northern Cass, but now some defensive work has allowed the Squirrels to get runners on both last inning and then add to it a little bit so far this inning. A good pitch here for Neva, 1-2. He's looking for his second strikeout. Has just punched one batter out so far here today. 1-2 pitch. This one will be foul tip right off the catcher's mask as Wadeson kind of looked up and tried to corral it, but unable to do so late. The Jags will be sending 3, 4, 5 batters to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. Stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises feature Precision Play, and we'll hear from a winning participant as well. Here's the pitch. That'll miss. Even up the count with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Logan Broughton, the junior designated hitter, due up next. Macau looking to have at least a productive out here, bare minimum in this at-bat. 2-2 pitch. Tough pitch to lay off outer part of the plate. Now 3-2. The first full count we've seen Neva have against a Squirrel batter here today, as Neva shakes off not once, not twice, gets the sign and the pitch. 3-2, and we'll do it all over again. Noah Macau, the sophomore first baseman, already with a 3-run homer earlier today against the Kindred Richland Vikings. Runner at third base is Pearson. Cooper Johnson at second. And the payoff pitch by Neva. 3-2, and we'll do it again. So Noah Macau doing a really good job eating up some pitches, as we'll have pitch number 9 of the at-bat upcoming here. This has been a fun matchup against the sophomore at the plate and the senior on the mound here with Neva. 3-2, likes what he sees and fires. Swung on and missed. Fastball up in the zone for his second strikeout of the evening. And a large out at that. Now it's going to be Logan Broughton, the junior designated hitter, struck out looking his last time up after working the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 large runners at second and third here for Central Cass. Northern Cass looking to get out of the inning without anything scored against them. Breaking ball in there for a strike, now 0-1. This is batter number 5 of the inning coming up for Central Cass, the most that they've faced to the plate against Neva so far in an inning. 0-1 in there for a strike, now 0-2, a pair of off-speed pitches. We'll see if Neva goes back to it, or does he go for the fastball. 0-2 pitch. fastball swung on and missed to retire the side. Back-to-back punch-outs for Neva, and that'll stem the tide here in the bottom of the 4th inning. There was no runs off of 2 hits. There was an error and 2 runners left on base. 4 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's Northern Cass 5, Central Cass 1 on your live event.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let IRE Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to ireinsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As we go to the 5th inning here, Kate, so far 2 1/3 innings of work with 5 strikeouts, and right now it'll be Neva, Hussar, and Waitson again, the 3, 4, 5 batters for Northern Cass coming to the plate here against Cates. The one thing he's done really well of is stem the tide here. Northern Cass, all the runs so far just in the 2nd where they had 10 batters come to the plate. This one will be in the dirt for a ball, now 1-0 as we're getting to the final few innings of this baseball contest that is just over an hour old. This one will run up at the eye level, now 2-0 to Neva. For the Jags here, trying to get some runs late in this contest. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss for a ball, now 3-0. Cates, 2 1/3 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts again against him. And the 3-0 pitch. That'll be missing for a ball, and Neva takes a leadoff walk. So Northern Cass has their first base runner since the 2nd inning. And they will get a leadoff walk now with Keegan Neva. Trey Hussar will step up to the plate. As taking first base again will be Neva. So Cates climb on the mound here. And Trey, the sophomore first baseman, so far today with a walk and a pop-out is 1 of 2. We do have a time called here. Northern Cass, after this game, slated to go up against Oak Grove later tonight at 8 o'clock. That's more than likely looking at a 9 o'clock start time with still a game in between. Looking to bunt is Trey. He takes it back. Whip throw to first by Mitchell to McCow. Not in time as sliding back safely is Trey. So 5 consecutive balls here by Cats to start off this top of the 5th inning. And Trey Hussar, the number 4 batter right there, looking to bunt and maybe just see what the type of play Central Cass would have on the infield. As Maggio came barreling down the third base line. He does it again. He takes the bat back. This one will go back to the pitcher. Cates gets one. Kovervig, the relay, not in time. 1-4 on the putout. So Neva is retired at 2nd. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Hussar. And now it's going to be Carter Wainson. So looking to bluff the bunt and come back and try to see if the infield can come in and maybe allow you a little bit more room to get one past an infielder. Really nice play, though, by Cates, getting that, reversing 180 degrees, climbing the mound a little bit, and throwing it to Kovervig. And Kovervig just missed the double play by about a half step. As Hussar takes his lead off of first, they split, throw the weights in there for a strike. Now 0-1. So far with a walk, and then Anderson came on for the courtesy run to score for him, and then struck out his last time up to end the 2nd inning. As Cates looks back, the runner at first. This one is fouled back. It will be now 0-2. Jackson Hill is due up next. So far, 2 really good defensive plays by Northern Cass. One in the infield for the double play, and then Hill with the out, and then threw up Parker at the plate. As well, Wadeson now has to work behind in the count. 0-2 pitch. This one's going to run in and hit him. So Carter will take first base. As Trey Huzar will take second base. And then Jackson Hill will step up. Jackson Hill with a single with a run scored and a strikeout in the third. As Northern Cass will have a courtesy runner coming on here for the Jags. And right now coming on for courtesy runner again will be Anderson. As Cates right now looks in against Jackson Hill. Foul tipped into the glove. This will be a strike. 4th batter so far here in the inning for Northern Cass. For Central Cass, they will have 8-9-1. Bussey, Parker, and Verkota due up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cates looks back, the runner at second. Breaking ball in there for a strike now, 1-2. Really good job on the way there by Cates. That little breaking ball there really got buckled Hill on that one. Fastball across. Now the breaking ball. Where do you go on the 0-2 pitch? Fastball, and this one will be to the back. We'll keep it at 0-2. Games tomorrow on yourliveevent.com, part of the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree, slated to go at 9 o'clock in the morning. Little breakfast and baseball here at Hendrickson Field. Northern Cass, Kindred Richland, and you'll have the Ball Stars against Northern Cass at 11 o'clock. Central Cass slated to end the evening at 5 and 7 tomorrow with the games against the Ball Stars and Oaks. Here's the pitch. This one will be blocked in the dirt. And it'll be 1-2 on the way here to Jackson Hill. So at second, Huzar. At first again is Anderson. Cates will look back in. Righty-righty matchup to Jackson Hill. And the 1-2 pitch. This one foul back to the netting again, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Sun's starting to try to make its way through into right field a little bit here at Hendrickson Field, kind of throughout the day with some of the clouds. As we'll have the 1-2 pitch. This one will miss for a ball now, 2-2. A game that's over an hour and about 10 minutes old right now here in the top of the 5th inning. High school baseball Region 1. Enderlin Jamboree here on your live event. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, smothered by Mitchell. Makes the count full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is going to be the first full count for Cates on the mound. Northern Cass, just like they did in the second, being awfully patient right now here in the 5th. This one is popped up. The first baseman was going to make his way. Macau, does he have enough room? Nope, it hits the top of the press box. We heard it inside the press box here, and that will be a loud strike. And we'll have another pitch upcoming here for Cates going up against the number 6 batter here in Jackson Hill. 3-2 pitch again. This one is foul back, and really good job by Hill staying alive and extending this at bat right now. As Cates will be on the mound, trying and finding a way to get Jackson Hill retired here, possibly trying a double play if they can. If not, looking for the strikeout. 3-2, swung on and miss, and Cates gets the strikeout. That'll be punch out number 6 for Cates, and Clement will come on here for Northern Cass. Clement with a single and a run scored in the second, then grounded out to the pitcher in Cates back in the third. Breaking ball in there for a strike at 0-1. Matt Metzger due up next here for Northern Cass if Clement can climb aboard. Runner at second base is Huzar. At first base is Anderson. 0-1 offering on the way. That one's going to miss for a ball. Now 1-1. Started baseball here in Enderlin 8 hours ago here at Hendrickson Field. So if we're able to get through 3.5 high school baseball games. This one will be in the dirt now, 2-1. As Cates again on the mound looking to utilize an opportunity here for the Central Cass Squirrels and minimize any chance for Northern Cass to add on to their 4-run advantage. This one is going to be hit on the ground. Playable for Parker. Goes a long way to first, and that'll retire the side. 6-3 on the put-out. No runs. There was 2 runners left off no errors and no hits. Cates and another one has gone 3 1/3 innings in relief and has held Northern Cass scoreless. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 5-1 Jags on yourliveevent.com.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year. Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Bottom of the 5th inning here on yourliveevent.com. It's the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. Second consecutive year we've been here. A little bit different from year 1 to year 2, where year 1 was a little bit of a mixed bag, if you will, of Region 1, Region 2. Harvey-Wills County came down. There was some non-region games. Maple River, Enderlin, for example, was the morning game where the students came in. Students came here again today at 10 o'clock. But yet last year, half of the tournament became region counters between Region 1 and Region 2 teams that just had to get games and play each other. This year, it's just all Region 1. Bussey will take a strike. He's 0 for 1 today. Popped out his last time up to Huzar at first base. 0-1 offering. This one will miss for a ball. Now 1-2. Bussey, Parker, and Verkota. So a little bit different from this year to last year. And, you know, no one came in playing more than 2 games on the season so far, and that just tells you how Mother Nature has really been the ultimate deterrent here in the spring. Been snow, been rain, and then just finding ways to have the ball diamond dry off. 2-1 pitch on the way. This one fouled back. That'll be 2-2. So Bussey against Neva here to start the bottom of the 5th inning, and the pitch. Breaking ball, jammed him, but that one's going to fly over the shortstop, Hoyland, and, well, here we go again. Central Cass with their leadoff runner aboard here against Keegan Neva. For the 4th time in 5 innings, the Squirrels have found a way to get their leadoff runner on, but they've only scored once back in the 1st. So Neva's done a really good job as the Canadian Pacific Railway makes its way through here in the center field. And you'll start seeing it make its way through the screen here down the left field line in a moment. This one just a quick little whip throw to first, not in time. As we get you ready for Neva with Jackson Parker. Taking his lead off of first is Bussey. Neva taking a long time and now will step off after bluffing to bunt was Parker, and barreling down the third base line was Clement. 5-1 Jags over Central Cass here on yourliveevent.com. Neva looks back the runner. Here's a flip and not be in time. As Neva will go up against Jackson Parker. And the punt. This one will be a ball. Jackson Parker reached base on an error his last time with Clement at third base. Had a grounder and Clement just unable to glove it. So working ahead in the count is the number 9 batter here against Neva. Keegan Looks back the runner. 1-0 pitch. This one's going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman. That's going to be Osi. Gets one. The relay. Not in time for the double play. That would have been the third double play of the contest. Instead, Parker will reach base on a fielder's choice. Good job by Osi to go the long way to Hoyland. The easier, safer throw with a 4-run lead would be get the runner out at first. But he gets the lead runner, Bussey, out at second. Parker reaches base on the fielder's choice. 4-6 on the putout. And, well, we've seen Northern Cass make a couple of errors today, but we've also seen the leather and the defense being applied as well, particularly on the right side with Hill in right field and Osi at second. That one misses for a ball here to Carter Verkota. Verkota has reached base twice. This one's going to be hit on the ground to Clement. This will go to third to second, and that'll go 5-4 on the putout. And Verkota will reach on a fielder's choice. And this is what Neva has done. Even though that the leadoff runner has found a way to get on base for Central Cass, Neva has minimized the damage to none for most of the contest. As Convervig will come up, as hit into a double play to Hill to right, and then Hill gun down Parker to end the third inning. And a line drive out to Hill in the first. As Carter Verkota gets back safely at first base. Northern Cass leads it by 4 here today on YourLiveEvent.com from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota. As we're getting into the 6 o'clock hour here on a Friday night, welcoming you into the weekend. Neva, the pitch in there for a strike to Convervig, now 0-1. We'll start our coverage an hour earlier tomorrow. It'll get underway at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we'll have 6 more games tomorrow here on your live event. Neva looks the runner back. And the 0-1. Breaking ball, as this one will be a foul tip, foul ball. And okay at 0-2. If that one would have not been tipped or fouled, taking second base would have been Carter Verkota easily. Instead, it's 0-2, and Convervig's going to have to battle behind in the count here on Neva. 2 seniors going at each other here in Region 1. Neva with the 0-2 offering. This one's going to be hit on the ground to right field. That's a CNI single. Rounding second, on his way to third is Verkota. Hill tries to gun him down at third. And Verkota with a head-first slide is in there safely. Runners at the corners with 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Verkota goes first to third. Convervig gets a single. That's the second hit of the inning. 6th of the contest against Neva. And Braden Mitchell, batter number 5, steps up to the plate. So the game tying run is in the on-deck circle, but Braden Mitchell right now with an RBI in the first via the ground out, driving in Verkota. And then Mitchell earned a single in the 4th. Batter number 3 in the lineup for Central Cass, as Neva will have runners at the corners. First pitch swinging. That one's hit to right field, but right to Hill, who doesn't have to move much, and that'll retire the side. So for Central Cass, they strand a pair of runners in the second consecutive inning. There's no runs. There were 2 hits and no errors and 2 runners left on base. We played 5 on our Bank North scoreboard. The Jags coming to the plate up by 4 on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Update for you here from Target Field. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Minnesota Twins 3, the Kansas City Royals 2. So far here for the Minnesota Twins, as Minnesota 4 games above 500 right now, and they're trying to start a 4-game series off on the right note with back-to-back wins against Kansas City, as they'll play the Royals for 2 more games and have a day off on Monday. Still to come, as we round out the conclusion of this game between Northern Cass and Central Cass, we'll get to our post-game show with our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. Also, we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and more. That's all still to come here on yourliveevent.com. So for Kate, so come back on the mound here, going up against the bottom of the lineup. The 8, 9, and 1 batters due up here for Northern Cass. And the question is 4 runs enough? You know, Central Cass has enough offensive firepower to easily get 1 or 2 runners on and hit one out of here at Hendrickson Field and tie up the game or possibly take a lead in the 6th or 7th. And Jags been very quiet since they had 5 runs in the second inning, 3 up, 3 down in the third, 3 up, 3 down in the fourth, and then the last half inning able to get 2 runners on via a walk and a hit batter, but unable to come in. So Cates has done the job where he's closed the door and kept the deficit to 4, but it's been the defense and also the pitching by Neva that has allowed them, for Northern Cass, to remain up by 4. Saying it earlier, when Neva gets an advantage, it's tough to come back against him. 0-1 pitch will be foul tipped to the back now, 0-2. And for the Jags, where can they go to add on some insurance here? Metzger with a 2 RBI double back in the second. 0-2 pitch. This one hit up the third baseline. Going to be a difficult play for Maggio. Good-looking play, but not in time. Good hustle by Metzger. That one just was going to be a tough grounder for Maggio, no doubt about it, to try to throw out the speedy Metzger. And Metzger is aboard with a leadoff single. And that's going to be the first hit against Cates in relief. He has 2 walks, 6 strikeouts here so far through 3 1/3 innings pitched. So runner at first base is going to be Metzger. Back-to-back innings here for Northern Cass. They've had their leadoff runner on. They had a walk with Neva in the 5th, and then he was retired on a fielder's choice at second. So Metzger at first base. OC, we've already seen him been able to bunt and use it in a great way with a suicide squeeze back in the second inning. OC looks to bunt again. This one goes up the first baseline. Gates able to take that one, no problem. Does the job, advances the runner to second is Metzger. So that'll be a sacrifice bunt here by OC. And now Carter Westland will come up to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Fist pumps around on the way there for OC as he comes back into the dugout with Carter Westland due up. 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored. That was back in the second inning with that walk. This one's going to be popped up. Parker calls everybody off. 1 pitch, 1 out here. As now Chris Hoyland will step up. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the second, is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout and a grounder. So Hoyland will come up, and then from there it goes to Keegan Neva. Gates looks back. Mitchell behind the plate. And the pitch. Breaking ball fouled. And it'll be 0-1. So far, a couple of strikes to Metzger. Then he got aboard with a single. Sacrifice bump by OC. 1 pitch, 1 out to Westland. And working ahead in the count here is Cates to Hoyland in the top of the 6th inning. Looks back, the runner at second base. 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Maggio will go over to the concession stand. And does he make the catch? He does. Maggio right in front of the foul territory, right in front of the wall to retire the side. Good-looking play by Maggio. Leadoff single goes awry. No hits, 1 error. Make it 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. So Kansas came in relief, 4 1/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 hit against. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Central Cass down by 4.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444. The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Bottom of the 6th inning we go here on our Bank North scoreboard. Go to ibanknorth.com. That's ibanknorth.com. Values-based banking without ever slowing down. Perfect sync for your busy life with their online banking and mobile app. Take them wherever you want to go. Member FDIC and proud supporter of their community. So 5-1 advantage here for Northern Cass against Central Cass. Maggio, Johnson, and McCall, the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6. And Carter Maggio takes a good rip. Missed that one. Now 0-1. Carter with a pop out in the first and a fly out to center, and Metzger his last time up in the 4th. Neva works ahead, 0-1. Good looking fastball at the knee. Now 1 ball, make that 0-2. Neva trying to do what Cates did for Central Cass in the 6th, and that's have a quick half inning on the mound. Breaking ball will miss, 1-2. King and Neva so far has gone 5 innings, does have 6 hits against him with a couple of strikeouts and no walks. This one foul tipped, and we'll do it again. Double in the first, scoring Verkota, a single by Johnson, strikeout with Broughton. That was his first of the game. A couple of squirrels reach base via the air in the 3rd, and then 2 strikeouts back-to-back in the 4th. And a couple of batters reach base on a fielder's choice with 2 singles in the last half inning. And now it's going to be evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 upcoming. This one swung on and missed by Maggio on the curve, and that'll be strikeout number 4 for Neva. So Johnson will come on. Still to come here as we're starting to see some the teams making their way again. The Kindred Richland Vikings and the Ball Stars here making their way. They will be playing after the conclusion of this game in about 20 minutes once this game wraps up. That'll be a strike to Johnson at the knee, now 0-1. Cooper with a single, both times up in the 2nd and in the 4th inning. And the pitch. That'll miss for a ball, now 1-1. Batter number 5 in the lineup here for Coach Maggio and the Central Cass Squirrels. Neva looks back the runner, and the pitch. Breaking ball, that'll miss for a ball, now 2-1. Hoyland at shortstop, Clement and 3rd, Westland and left field with Metzger in center. And the pitch, that'll miss for a ball, now 3-1. Hill and right, OC at 2nd, Hussar at 1st, and then Wainson behind the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. We've only had 1 other count that had 3 balls here today. Make that 2 other counts. The Johnson in the 1st and Noah McCow in the 4th. Cooper Johnson works the count full here in this one against Neva. Neva looking for back-to-back strikeouts here in the 6th inning. As we'll have the 3-2 offering coming up here in a moment by Neva, with the sun making its way out in the west to start to set here in the next hour or so, as we'll see the lights come on here in Hendrickson Field a little bit later on. And the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. That'll be a foul ball up the 3rd base line and into a little bit of the 3-2 offering upcoming here. For that one went across the way and just went pretty much right into a puddle up the 3rd base line in foul territory. Payoff pitch by Neva. Breaking ball will be on the outer part of the plate. Johnson takes a walk, so Cooper will have his first walk for Central Cass against Neva here in this contest. And in every inning, Central Cass has found a way to get a base runner on board against Neva. But it's been Keegan Neva and the defense to make enough plays for Northern Cass, up by 4 right now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Quick whip throw back to first. Won't be in time as Noah McCow will step up to the plate. Hit into a double play his first time up in the 2nd. Worked the count full his last time up in the 4th and struck out swinging. And now it'll be 0-1. Struck out on a fastball, very similar to that swing right there. 0-1 on the way. Huzar holds the runner at first in Cooper Johnson. Keegan Neva looks back the runner. And will keep it at 0-1. Bottom of the 6th inning right now for the Northern Cass Jaguars, looking to add on to what they've had so far here today on yourliveevent.com. And the pitch. This one will miss upstairs. It'll be 1-1. Northern Cass, no runs outside the 2nd inning with 5, and it's the same for Central Cass. No runs outside the 1st inning, in which they scored 1 run so far. Neva looks back the runner. And the pitch. Breaking ball will be hit up the third baseline foul. For Central Cass right now, 6 hits with 1 run. They've left 5 runners on base. They've had a couple of errors so far, 2 of them. For Northern Cass, 5 runs off of 5 hits. They have 6 runners left on base with 3 errors. Line score so far from Hendrickson Field. Still to come, 2 more contests, and then we get you ready for some more baseball a little bit later from now. You're on yourliveevent.com. About 15 hours from now, we'll get to our 2nd day. Swung on and miss, and that'll be back-to-back strikeouts for Noah Macau against Keegan Neva. Neva gets his 5th strikeout here, and a lot of them have came late. 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th so far, and 1 in the 2nd. As Logan Broughton, the junior designated hitter batting 8th in the lineup, is due up now for the Squirrels. Broughton struck out looking and struck out swinging so far here today against Neva. Keegan, this one will miss out of the zone at 1-0. Mason Bussey due up next. If Broughton can find a way to get on base. Taking his lead from first is Cooper Johnson. 1-0 pitch. Swung on. Now it's 1-1. For the Jags, they'll send the meat of their order. Neva, Hussar, and Waits in 3, 4, and 5 to start things off in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch upcoming here for Neva. As we have a time called. And we'll do the 1-1 offering all over again. You know, Neva, one good pitch away from having 6 quality innings here. Northern Cass put that crooked number up in the 5th. They started the party with a Matthew Metzger 2 RBI double, who's 2 for 3 so far today. And this one's going to be foul and hit off the inner part of the left-hand side, as now it's going to be 1-2. And the runner will be at first base again here on the way with Cooper Johnson. Logan Broughton behind the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes against Neva. The 1-2. This one blocked at the plate. Wadeson, though, has it. See that one go up the third baseline, and Johnson will scamper on the way to second base. So that one in the dirt. Charge to the pitcher there, and that will be 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this will allow the Squirrels now hopefully just with a base knock to bring Johnson in from second for Neva. They're just 1 strike away from getting out of, again, another little situation with a runner on base or runners on base here for Central Cass. Neva looks back, Johnson at second, not once but twice, and hurls. This will miss for a ball, now 3-2. So the 2nd time in the inning and the 4th time in the game we've seen a full count against Neva here on the mound for Northern Cass. As Mason Bussey hoping to find a way to come to the plate. Neva 3-2 pitch is going to be hit on the ground to the third baseman there as Clement has some time, goes across the diamond, 5-3 on the putout. No runs, there were no hits with no errors and one runner left on base. Neva has gone 6 innings so far for Northern Cass. 6 hits against, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. We go to the top of the 7th inning, our last regulation inning here in Enderlin on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on Your Live Event, as we'll have coverage of the Shield Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Top of the 7th for Northern Cass and Central Cass here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll also keep you apprised if, well, maybe Cody Mount gets drafted today. The second round of the NFL draft is underway here. Will Levis goes to the Tennessee Titans from Kentucky. And then you have Mr. Joey Porter Jr. from Penn State, the corner, going to Pittsburgh. Detroit Lions on the clock. Minnesota Vikings fans at no picks in round number 2, at least starting it off. Keegan Neva, first pitch swinging, hit one to the first base. And that'll be strike here. So 3, 4, and 5 as Macau did a good job sprawling out, trying to corral that baseball. Instead, it will be just a loud strike here against Keegan Neva, who throughout this game has really put his mark on it from the pitching mound. It could easily be our Enbridge Energy player of the game, what he's done on the mound here today. Neva trying to get a single to add to it, and he does. So Neva reaches base for the 3rd time. A pair of walks, now a single, and Northern Cass gets the leadoff runner on here in the 7th inning, just like they did in the 6th, but Metzger only was able to get to second base. How will they play it here with Trey Hussar? So far with a fielder's choice, pop-up, and a walk. One make that 0 for 2 today, but he's reached base twice. As right now, Sam Johnson, the head coach for Northern Cass, delivers the signs across the way to Neva at first. As Keegan will take his lead with Macau holding him on at first base for Central Cass. Cates will come in. Here's the run by Neva, trying to get the stolen base, and he's safe. They applied the tag here with Covervig as Neva slides in safely as Trey Hussar took the strike, but Neva in scoring position now with no outs here in the top of the 7th inning as Mitchell will come on for Case. First pitch swinging a breaking ball, so a good one to go off of. Really nice throw by Mitchell to Covervig. Goes a bang-bang play at second base. And they'll say that Neva is safe here now in scoring position as Carter Wadeson is due up next. But Trey Hussar behind the count will look to move Neva up again another 90 feet. Here's the bunt up the third base line. That one's in a roll foul. So now 0-2. Good bunt there by Hussar up the line. Just waiting to see if it was going to stay fair or roll foul. As it rolled foul, and he just kind of said, hey, he's going to be able to do it. Neva would have been able to jump to third, and he would have had runners at the corners. Instead, now falling behind 0-2. Kate so far 4 1/3 innings of work right now with just 2 hits against him. This one will miss inside, now 1-2. We've been wondering when will Northern Cass add to their 5 runs since the second inning, and this could be it right now with a leadoff man in scoring position with the senior in Neva. Pitch upcoming on the way for Cates. Looks back the runner. This one going to be hit on the right-hand side. Covervig able to glove it, but Huzar does his job. He moves the runner up an extra 90 feet. So Neva goes to third. Huzar is retired 4-3 on the putout, one down here in the top of the seventh inning.
Catcher number 8, Carter Waitson.
So now for Central Cass, they will look to gun down the runner Neva at home if they can. For Cates, looking for a strikeout. This one will be swung on and missed to Carter Wadeson. Now 0-1. Well, Wadeson right now hit by a pitch in the fifth, walked in the second, and struck out in the second as well as they batted around. Did Northern Cass. 0-1 pitch here by Cates. This one will be went on through to Carter Wadeson. They did the suicide, looking for a little bit more of the safety squeeze on that one, but both the first and third baseman, Macau and Majo, were about 45 feet away from home plate by the time that ball was coming down. So Neva, he just said, I'm not going to go anywhere at third. 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, and Cates gets the strikeout. Foul tipped into the glove of Mitchell, and out number 2 here at the top of the seventh. Cates with his 7th strikeout here for Central Cass, and now it's up to Jackson Hill, who has made the defensive play of the game so far, retiring Carvig and right, but able to gun down Parker at home for the double play. Breaking ball hit up the first baseline to Macau, who gloves it, goes 3 unassisted to retire the side. No runs after a leadoff single and stolen base by Neva. No hits with a runner left on base. Cates has gone 5 1/3 innings in relief, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 hits with no runs against. Northern Cass 3 outs away from picking up a win against the Squirrels, or can the Squirrels mount a comeback? We'll find out next on your live event.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime value such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Keegan Neva on the mound looking to finish this one off here in the bottom of the 7th inning, going up against Bussey, Parker, and Verkota. Mason Bussey today with a single his last time up is 1 for 2. Keegan Neva so far 6 innings of work, 6 hits against, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts for the Jangs. Northern Cass with a win over Enderlin, lost by 1 to Kindred Richland earlier this week, and now trying to knock off Central Cass and pick up a win before they play a little bit later on against Oak Grove tonight. The Squirrels already down Kindred Richland earlier today. Looking for a comeback now against Northern Cass here, down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bussey takes a ball at 1-0. Stay tuned to our post-game show with a 1-0 pitch. This one will be fouled up the third baseline foul, as that one almost kind of hit the grass and just kind of came back a little bit. That'll be 1-1. Hear from a particular winning player in this one. Also our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our Arctic Enterprises Feature Precision Play of the Contest. That's all coming up on our post-game show here on yourliveevent.com. As Neva, the 1-1 offering, rocks and throws. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. Hoyland able to go at shortstop, glove it on a little pop out there, and 1 down now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jackson Parker will step up to the plate, and then it goes to Carter Verkota. So Parker reached base on an error in the 3rd, got to 3rd base as well, but unable to score, then reached on a fielder's choice his last time up in the 5th. 0 for 2 today as Neva misses for a ball, now 1-0. So Parker will continue to work on this one And the pitch, that'll be in there for a strike. Now 1-1. Carter Verkota due up next. Central Cass looking to get to the 3, 4, 5 batters here in the lineup, while Neva looking to make quick work of the Squirrels here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike to the number 9 batter here in the lineup for Central Cass with Parker. Neva, 2-1 pitch. This one will miss. Now 3-1. All the scoring happened early. Central Cass with a 1-run advantage after 1. And then the Jags with 5 in the second. This one has laced up the first baseline foul. Now 3-2. Still to come, Kindred Richland going up against the Ball Stars in Northern Cass Oak Grove. The Jaguars will play 3 straight games here in this tournament, as they'll play the opening 2 games tomorrow here in the Jamboree, that is. This one will be a ball, full count, walked him. That's a second walk for Neva here today as he walked Cooper Johnson in the 6th, and now Parker in the 7th as we go to the top of the lineup here with Carter Verkota. Verkota has reached base each time on an error, fielder's choice, and a hit. Neva, this one will be right through the wickets of Wadeson, but he keeps it close, and now it's going to be 1-0. And in every inning here against Neva, Central Cass has had a runner at least at first base here today. Neva with the 1-0 pitch. This one's hit on the ground of the third baseman. Clement goes to second for 1. The relay not going to be in time. Reaching base will be Verkota on a fielder's choice. 5-3 on the 5-4 on the putout for Parker is retired, and Central Cass is down to their final out now with Sam Kovervig. Kovervig has hit everything to the right-hand side of the field today against Neva. His last time a single that split Hussar and Osi between first and second, that has got a line drive and a fly out to the right fielder Hill. So far today, 1 of 3. This one in there for a strike at 0-1. Taking a lead off of first base again is going to be Carter Verkota. Holding him on there is Hussar. Central Cass down to their final out right now of this contest. 0-1 pitch here for Neva, looking for the complete game win. This one is hit up the right field line, and that is going to be a foul ball. So it'll be 0-2. And as we talked about, Kovervig has really went down the right field line so far here today. Been a little bit late letting that ball travel through the zone against Neva. If that would have landed, that would have been a good job. Hill taking a couple more steps down the right field line. Big gap in right center field here for Kovervig. Taking the lead off of first, here's Verkota. Kovervig down 0-2 in the count, and the pitch. This one in the dirt will allow Carter Verkota to scamper to second base. Right now, Verkota, not so much what Neva's worried about. Instead, the final strike here to Sam Kovervig. Kovervig can climb aboard. Braden Mitchell due up next on the on-deck circle. Neva with a 1-2. Breaking ball again. Wadeson able to block this one in front of the plate and will make the count even at 2-2. Right now, that second inning has been the difference maker so far for the Jags. Batting 10 batters, able to get a handful of walks. Took care of 2 errors, 4 hits, 5 runs, and a couple of walks in that inning. 2-2 pitch with Kovervig. This one is hit to the shortstop off the bottled here of Hoyland, and Kovervig is going to climb aboard. So Verkota will take it to third. Kovervig is going to get on base, and now it's going to be Braden Mitchell with runners at the corners, and Sam Johnson going to come on here and talk with Keegan Neva. So runners at the corners right now, and then Carter Maggio would be due up next if Mitchell can find a way to get on base. The game-tying run is now to the on-deck circle, and Central Cass will look to keep the line moving right now. Hoyland had that one, just kind of hopped that second and came to the little lip of the glove there, just unable to bring it down in for Coach Johnson. Just a chance to allow his guys to take a collective breath. come on here and kind of let Keegan Neva know where he's at from a pitch count. Also, just in terms of where this game is at and where they want to do with Braden Mitchell. Mitchell with the run driven in the first, reach base on a single in the fourth. So far today is 1 of 3 with a run driven in. Runners at the corners. Kovervik stays put at first, and good healthy swing by Mitchell. It's now 0-1. Fifth batter of the inning. The most batters we've seen from Central Cass has been 5 against Neva in the fourth, fifth, and now here in the seventh. Carter Maggio, though, the game-tying run on deck. Neva doesn't want to see him for that particular reason. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, going to be hit up the third baseline. And just like against Kovervik, Neva works ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes as Central Cass is down to their final strike of this contest. Jags looking for a bounce-back win after losing to the Vikings earlier this week. For Central Cass looking for a comeback and trying to go 2-0 today here in Enderlin. Neva with the 0-2 offering. This one will miss up in the zone now, 1-2. We've seen him get that through a couple of times, particularly on Noah McCowell with the swung on and miss back in the fourth inning. 1-2 offering for Neva. As he looks back, the runner. And the pitch. This one foul back again, and we'll see pitch number 5, the at-bat here to Braden Mitchell with Neva. Playing deep in center field is Metzger, about 5 feet in front of the snowpack. That goes from center field to left field. Westland trying to keep everything in front of him and left. The same for Hill and right. The 1-2 offering, breaking ball. This one is smashed down the left field line. That's going to be a run driven in. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and don't look now. The game-tying run with Carter Maggio steps up to the plate. Verkota comes in to score. Kovervik goes to second. Mitchell with the base knock single. That's going to be the 7th run of the contest. 7th hit of the contest, the 2nd run. And now Carter Maggio, 0 for 3 today, comes to the plate. This one fouled back at 0-1. Taking a look at what Maggio did against the Kindred Richland Vikings. Again, 3 for 3 with a solo homer in the 4th inning. So we've seen him have that power. A home run would tie it. 0-1 pitch. This one will miss up in the zone at 1-1. Cooper Johnson is due up next. Kovervik at second, Mitchell at first. Down to their final out is Central Cass. And the 1-1. Neva popped up. This one will be foul. And just like with Kovervik and with Mitchell, it's a 1-2 count to a Central Cass batter. Neva to the final strike yet again here against Central Cass in the bottom 7th. As Neva looks back, the runner at second and the 1-2. This one will be foul, tipped up in the zone. I'm not sure how Carter Maggio was able to get a little bit of the bat on that one, as we'll keep it at 1-2. A contest that started at 4:47, nearly 2 hours ago here in Enderlin. The question is, will we go past the 2-hour mark? Because that means extras. If not, we'll see if Neva can finish it off here, or can Central Cass keep the line moving? Here's the 1-2 offering yet again. This one is hit high in the air, deep to right center field. Heel coming in, and that'll retire the game and the Squirrels here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Central Cass able to score a run off of 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. Keegan Neva gets the complete game win in a contest that goes 1 hour, 54 minutes here in Enderlin. The losing pitcher will be Carter Maggio. The winning pitcher, again, goes to Keegan Neva, as Neva picks up the win here for the Northern Cass Jaguars. We're back after this with our post-game show. Neva, complete game, 7 hits against, 2 runs, both earned, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks here on your liveevent.com.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year.
Join us here as our Enbridge Energy player of the game from Northern Cass. That is Keegan Neva again. Goes a complete game, 7 innings, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 runs against, and 7 hits. And Keegan, first things first, a really nice game for you, obviously, on the mound. I know you were able to scatter some Central Cass runners as you were able to do so late in the contest as well. Just what did you see, on a 50-degree, 40-degree day here in North Dakota to get a W against a really quality ball club in Central Cass?
Northern Cass, Central Cass, always a rivalry, so we always look to win no matter what. And our guys came out, showed that we can beat Central Cass, and we did right there.
Talk about the double play performance in the 3rd inning and also the 4th inning here. You get back-to-back inning double plays. Osi to Hoyland, who Hussar wasn't sure if your first baseman there, Trey, was at first. They get the DP, and then obviously Hill with a rocket, from 200 feet, able to hit Waits in there who applied the tag on Parker. What does that do for you as a pitcher when you see your defense make plays like that behind you?
It boosts your confidence. I mean, you see your guys backing you up, you can trust them, and that's what you got to have a successful game. So.
And then the 5th inning, able to get 10 guys to plate, some walks, some hits. Big hit by Matthew Metzger. When you get Metzger with that 2 RBI double, they kind of get that first one across the dam, if you will. You get the bases loaded looking to get that run. How does that help your team early in a game, whether it's against Central Cass, Kinder Richland, or anybody here in Region 1?
Once again, builds confidence. I mean, we see the ball go out. We know we can hit against them, so that's what we did, and we did a great job. I'm proud of them.
What did you see from your team here for 7 innings, 2 hours of baseball to pick up a Region 1 win?
We're locked in. We know that our rival is always Central Cass, as I said before. So we're dialed in, locked in, and we always come to win.
All right, so what's the next 2 hours like before you go up against Oak Grove? Then, hey, it's going to be even colder tomorrow morning when you come back here to Enderlin. What's the next couple of hours for you, like, Keegan?
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the win, and then get locked in for the next game so we can get 2 out of here.
Hey, Keegan, best of luck coming up later tonight against the Grovers.
Thank you.
Keegan Neva with us here, our Enbridge Energy player of the game. We're back after this to put a bow on this contest between the Jags and the Squirrels.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
As we come back here on our post-game show on YourLiveEvent.com, let's get to our Enbridge Energy game we just heard from moments ago. That is Keegan Neva. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Again, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Keegan Neva is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Complete game win, 7 innings, 7 hits again, as we mentioned. Also at the plate, able to get on base with a pair of walks and a single and a stolen base today. He goes 1 for 2 at the plate here for Northern Cass. Keegan Neva is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Our RDK Enterprises feature precision plays of the game. Well, it's the double play variety, the 4-6-3 in the second inning, Osu to Hoyland to Hussar, and then you had the double play with Hill in right field, able to make the play with the Copperbig fly ball, and then gun down Jackson Parker at the play. A perfect executed throw to Waitson at home plate, who was able to apply the tag. That is our 2 double plays and our RDK Enterprises feature precision plays of the game in this one. If your planter is not ready to go in the field yet, or if you have a question because something's not sounding right when you start it up, contact RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton. Go to 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com at RDK Enterprises. For the Northern Cass Jaguars, they go to 2-1 now on the season. Central Cass drops to 3-1. Your scoring recap, 1-0 with an RBI driving in. Mitchell able to score Verkota. Verkota came in after 1 inning, was 1-0 Squirrels. Then Metzger with a 2 RBI double in the top of the second inning. Following that, OC with a perfectly executed suicide squeeze to make it 3-1. And then Northern Cass would score on a couple of errors to make it 5-1. Central Cass comes back with a single with Braden Mitchell, plating Carter Verkota to make it 5-2. And that will be the final box line here in this one. So your final, Northern Cass 5, Central Cass 2. Still to come in about 15 minutes or so. The Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood, Rossholt going up against the Kindred Richland Vikings. And then Fargo, Oak Grove will go up against the Northern Cass Jaguars a little bit later on tonight as well. Again, your final, Northern Cass 5, Central Cass 2 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Go to YourLiveEvent.com for 2 more tonight here from Enderlin.